Let me tell you of the days of high adventure.
Hello, I'm Eric.
And I'm Kevin.
And this is 6 Degrees of Schwarzenegger, the podcast where we take a long, hard look at some of our favorite action movies from the era of Arnold.
Schwarzenegger is the icon of the genre, and we're taking a deep dive into some of these 80s and 90s cult action movies and breaking them all the way down.
For episode 2 of Lethal Weapon 3.
Lethal Weapon 3, man, this is a top action franchise for sure.
Yes, indeed it is.
And I like this and the Rambos, maybe in the Die Hards.
And it's interesting that Lethal Weapon, it took so long for us to get to because we were able to do it sort of 1, 2, 3 like this. It's not something we've ever done before.
Well, and like we talk about cult action movies, and this is the opposite.
These are mainstream as
where
they
like
get. Yeah.
all 3 of these were like top 5, top 10 box office movies of their year.
Yes. Oh, I was going to say, like, until they tried to do that reboot a few years ago, I do think...
The TV show?
Yeah, I do think that the Lethal Weapon was starting to fall into a little bit of obscurity.
You think this younger generation doesn't know anything about it? That's probably true.
I think if the younger generation knows anything about it, it's because they're actually interested in action movies or movies in general, not because they're a casual fan of anything.
It's true, because it's kind of... I feel like Die Hard is kind of harder to avoid than this one, than like the original Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, I mean,
even though they were similarly like important, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and I think Die Hard, the first one in particular, has the benefit of becoming a part of this cultural meme about it. Is it a Christmas movie or not? Right. And so it permanently stays in the zeitgeist, but not because it's an amazing genre-defining, era-defining action movie, but because there's this silly internet argument that no one really actually cares about whether or not it's a Christmas movie, right?
I saw someone today bitching about how part 1 of Lethal Weapon not a Christmas movie and it fucking sucked and all this. I'm like, first of all, you're wrong.
Yeah, just wrong objectively.
Wrong on multiple levels. But I do think it's every bit the Christmas movie.
Yes.
That Die Hard is.
Yes.
Maybe more so.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
We'll try to stop being angry old men here.
Oh, that's
what
impossible.
What are you drinking tonight?
Impossible. Well, I'm going back to. I was in a beer mood, and I just went back to Asheville's Highland Brewing Gaelic Amber Ale.
Okay.
Yes.
Asheville is like the East Coast sort of mecca of breweries.
I remember when we went up there a few years ago.
Yeah.
And we just walked over the town.
Brewery crawl.
Yeah, it was great.
Because like literally every block has a brewery on it, and they're all fucking good. Like it's really incredible. Like I was like, oh yeah, Highwire is another one. Like
there's Highwire's out there.
Sierra Nevada, I think their East Coast setup is in Asheville.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's incredible. I want to get back. Like I was thinking about maybe going in October or something when the leaves are changing.
When it cools off a little bit. Yeah, because the last time we went,
take my lady friend up there, my fiance.
Oh, congratulations, by the way. Yes.
Engaged guy talking.
My God.
Yeah. Giving it another go.
What's happening?
No, I think it's going to go better this time. That's the plan.
That's the hope, right? That's always the hope.
Anyway.
I've met his lady. She's pretty awesome, so I have the utmost in confidence.
Yeah, she is awesome. She'll never hear this.
Yeah.
She's awesome. That's okay. I don't subject her to the podcast. I tell her it's like this is not for everyone.
Right. That's fine.
If you aren't familiar with the movies or don't have like a love for them, you're probably not going to get a lot of mileage out of this.
Or like listening to 2 old guys to get drunk while they talk about old action movies. I mean, maybe that's a subgenre. I don't know. You know? We're filling a niche. I'm
sipping on bourbon. I haven't had a sip of bourbon in a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was drinking beer too, like the past couple weeks, but I'm drinking a little Penelope Toasted.
Nice.
It's tasty. It was a birthday gift from former podcast co-host John.
Shout out to John.
Yeah, drinking it up, and it is delicious.
Head back and listen to most recently TMNT. He joined us for that one.
He's a special guest on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but we talked about like some of the amazing like Tango and Cash,
Commando, John was the original.
Fucking Over the Top. Yeah, so a lot of good stuff in the back catalog. that you should definitely go check out.
Absolutely.
And check us out on social media.
Yeah, 60OS Podcast. We're on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, we're trying to do stuff. Tell your friends as well. Drop us a line. Tell us what you want to hear us talk about.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
there's so many movies. I think we're going to maybe go away from Lethal Weapon after this one.
I mean, there's really only one more to do, and it's 97.
No,
so
98, I think.
You're right, it is 98. So it's even farther out. And we were pushing it with Face Off, in my opinion.
We were pushing it. I kind of would like to do that one at some point.
At some point.
Because I really do think it's great.
Yeah.
I think it's a cut above part 3 to me personally.
I think it has a more cohesive plot, and the villain is a little bit more threatening than this one.
And it's like a beautifully wraps up the characters' arcs.
Yeah, it's one of those movies where every time I hear someone say, "Oh, rumors of a Lethal Weapon 5," I'm just like, "Please don't.
Don't do it. Why would you ruin it?
Please don't. It was such a good ending. Like, just don't." Yeah.
Like the Bourne trilogy, the Matt Damon trilogy.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect ending to a trilogy. And then they
did the
they
Bourne
had to have
Legacy.
money, and they did Jason Bourne, and it kind of sucked.
Yeah.
And it had a weirdly convoluted plot that didn't really connect to the rest of what the franchise had been about, and it just sort of sucked.
It just when you chase the money like that, it goes south.
Well, it
most
stops
of the time.
becoming art. The passion's not there.
Right, exactly.
Fucking Danny Glover's probably 80.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know why I would want to watch this. I didn't want to watch Harrison Ford be Indiana Jones in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, let alone...
It was a little sad.
Yeah, let alone the 5th one, whatever it was called.
Oh, yeah, Dial of Destiny.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't... Dial of Destiny, forget Dial of Destiny. I thought he was too old for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
I jumped straight to Dial of Destiny, but yeah, you're right. They wrecked the legacy of one of the great trilogies.
Exactly.
Talk about another one that had Last Crusade... Great
ending.
Perfect ending.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All
right. We'll stop being grumpy old men. I'll try to fill in the little bits of what's happened.
There really hasn't been a lot of main plot to this point.
The movie started with Riggs and Murtaugh getting into some sort of a bomb scare situation that has nothing to do with any of the rest of the movie.
Nope.
But they got busted down to being patrolmen. So they got themselves just within 10 minutes of their first day on the street. They got involved in this armored truck heist that was going on. They busted a guy named Billy Phelps. And we got Murtaugh is getting ready to retire. He's a week
8
from
days
retirement.
away. Yeah.
His house is being sold by Leo Getz. And we see that there are some bad guys. A guy named Jack Travis, who's running a housing development out in the desert, like a construction project, is a bad guy, but we really don't know what he's up to yet.
Or why he's running a otherwise legit construction business.
Except that the guys who were doing the armored truck heist were minions of his, but they were sort of going rogue.
Yeah, going pro bono, or not, they were going freelance a little bit.
Yeah, they were doing their own thing, and they got busted, so he's a little pissed off about that.
Right.
And that's the entire and we could say Murtaugh's high school age son Nick is sort of fallen in with a school friend of his is like a gangbanger type of guy now, and he's sort of trying to lure Nick into joining them.
A Great Many Beginnings is I think the title of episode 1. But that's it. Yeah, I mean, and this is a good 20 minutes into the movie.
Oh yeah,
and not much by way of plot has occurred at this point.
Yeah. We could have done this in 5 minutes. That could have been 5 minutes of screen time.
But but this is the movie though. Like in Donner, it was pretty clear that in 3 he sort of let the main plot take a back seat to just the characters playing with each other.
Yeah,
which the characters play with each other very, very great. You know, and
it's a fun thing to watch.
Right,
so
exactly.
So we don't complain that much.
We forgive it, for the most part. Anyway, so we're back in downtown, and Riggs and Murtaugh, they're at the location of Rianne's new job. They're about to go meet up with her and say hi. Riggs pulls out a paper bag and tosses it over the parking meter, and Murtaugh's like, "We're cops." And he's like, "Yeah, I know."
Could it be that simple to cheat a meter?
No,
there's no way. Everyone would do that.
Yeah,
if that worked.
Literally, I know. I saw this. I'm like, what?
It just means, what does it mean? It means it's out of order?
It's out of order, which means that if you park in front of it, you're immediately going to get a ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Anyway, so Murtaugh complains, and Riggs takes the bag off the truck indignantly. Riggs then grabs a cigarette, goes to light it, and he sees in the distance, though, that there's an armed man holding Rianne hostage. Murtaugh's gone into a store at this point to go get changed for the meter.
Yeah.
So while Murtaugh's done and he can't like keep Riggs on a leash, Riggs races over, jumps over a hedge, and just full on tackles this guy. Right.
Oh, I also should mention Murtaugh. Half the dialogue he has in this movie is just yelling after Riggs.
Yeah.
Which he pops out of the store and sees Riggs running, and he's like, Riggs, hey Riggs. Yeah, so that's happening. There's also the running gag of like Riggs cannot ever actually get a cigarette lit.
Right.
Like
The
something
whole
always
movie.
happens.
Yeah. But yeah, it does get like over the course of the movie, it does feel like Riggs is the badly behaved dog and the owner who hasn't worked on recall well enough. So they're just shouting the dog's name over and over again, but the dog doesn't respond. Riggs. Anyway, so he grabs the guy's gun, shoves it back in his face, and realizes that it's rubber. At which point, Rianne runs up to him and says, "Hey! We're shooting a movie. This is all fake. It's not real."
Do you find it unbelievable that Riggs wouldn't know what her job is?
Have you ever seen? I mean, even if he didn't know what her job was, have you ever seen a movie shoot?
Well, there's like lighting and scrims and, and like balance,
literally
like reflectors.
Impossible to not know that they're shooting something there.
They got to be like really like guerrilla filmmaking.
I know this
here.
is like some Wes Anderson shit or something. I don't know, but suffice it to say, Riggs didn't see all the warning signs. Knocks the actor down. Rianne calls over, tells him it's not real, at which point there's just the most smarmiest guy.
Yes.
They cast this guy specifically because he looked like a douchebag, and he's apparently the director, and he's calling cut and going, "Who the hell is this guy who wrecked my shot?" Riggs is embarrassed. He apologizes.
I think all of the film crew, I think, other than that director guy, were like the actual film crew.
That would make sense.
Like
that would
Jan
make
de
sense.
Bont was credited in the credits as Dutch cameraman.
Dutch cameraman.
Which is pretty great.
That's great. So Riggs is like embarrassed. He apologizes to the guy he tackled. Rianne's really flattered though. I mean, she's always kind of had a crush on him.
Well, she's like,
so.
"You really thought it was real?
Yeah,
You really
yeah.
thought I was scared?"
Oh yeah, which is because she's acting. Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
she's a
Yeah,
self-centered actor.
Right. You're right. She's a sociopath. So it made her happy that someone thought her performance was real. Anyway, so the director comes over. This guy is like spindly. He's like shorter than Riggs. No one is threatened by this guy.
He's so punchable.
And
he's
I
like
know.
such a douchebag. Just a total hard on too because he thinks he's tough.
Oh yeah. And
he's in charge of the film set, so
That's
he thinks
right.
he's king.
Yes. And Rianne like tries to intercede and explain that Riggs is a friend and he just thought she was actually in trouble. And the director goes, "Oh, he's a friend of yours, huh? Let me tell you something, okay? You're fired." Rianne is stunned, and Riggs is like, whoa, don't worry, you're not fired. Now, there's no way he could do this, could he? Like,
I don't know.
Could she file a grievance with SAG-AFTRA?
I don't know the rules.
Like,
I don't know the rule. I would think. I mean, I feel like people get fired for all sorts of dumb reasons, probably, but I don't know what kind of grievance process there is.
Even with cause, there was no cause here. She didn't
do anything wrong.
She did nothing wrong.
He's just being a dickhead.
Right. This is an absolute lawsuit waiting to happen.
But I feel like some people are known for just being dickheads.
Yeah, David O. Russell is maybe the most famous for being the dickhead.
On-set meltdowns.
Yeah. Christian Bale's another famous one who melts down. But anyway, so Riggs is like, "Nah, you're not fired. Don't worry." He pursues the director and like, "Hey, you can't fire Rianne for something that I did." The director says he doesn't care. He's like, "You get off my set," right? he shoves Riggs in the chest, which is hilarious. At which point Murtaugh's made it over, and he's like, "Yeah, you don't push him.
Don't push him. Don't push him."
Yeah. So the director gets more aggressive, starts yelling at them, and then continues to push Riggs. Finally, Riggs like turns away and says, "Look, if it was a normal day, I'd smack you right in the mouth."
That's really great. And the guy's like, "Oh, is that so?"
And Riggs goes, "It's a normal day," and then just punches him in the face. Riggs apologizes, pretends to help him up, but then immediately goes into like this street Three Stooges routine, where like punches him in the guts and then punches him in the face, and then
he's like,
pokes
"Oh my
him in
God,
the
look,
eye."
he fell down.
Oh, yeah. He fell down. Murtaugh and Rianne are both mortified at what's going on. But Riggs just continues to torture this guy, Three Stooges style.
Like, he'll like tapping his like eyeballs.
Yeah, it's like right on his eyeballs.
Is she still fired? Is she still fired?
Yeah. Finally, he says, no, she's not fired anymore. So he pulls the director back on his feet.
Notably, no one was trying to help this man.
No. I mean, well, yeah, obviously.
They probably all
hated him. They were all very happy that this was happening to him. I was thinking that too as I was watching him, like, yeah, I bet no one was working.
There's got to be some intern, some like suck up assistant director.
Some PA.
Oh, let me help you, sir.
Anyway, he pulls the the director back to his feet. And the director tells Rhiannon she's not fired anymore, and then everybody cheers. Yay.
Yeah, that's further proof they all hate this.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, strangely, this guy who played the director, whose name was Stephen Kay, went on to become a very successful director of TV stuff. But he did a bunch of episodes of The Shield, a bunch of Sons of Anarchy, a bunch of episodes of Yellowstone, like 15 episodes of Yellowstone, like 16 episodes of Landman, that Billy Bob show that's on now.
So he's still
like still working and still working a lot. Like he's tight with Taylor Sheridan.
Clearly.
But it's wild that he wasn't a director of anything before this, but he turned into the character that he was playing in this movie.
That's hilarious. I guess it woken something inside of him.
Yes.
So later on, Murtaugh and Riggs, they're walking back to Riggs's truck, and Murtaugh says, look, you can't solve every problem with your fists. And Riggs goes, yeah, I couldn't use my gun. There was a crowd.
That's a good Riggs line.
Yeah, it is.
I love that this whole scene was playing out in front of a Blockbuster video.
Yeah, I know. I saw that in the background. I'm like, oh, memories.
Man, imagine that Blockbuster could have been what Netflix is, but they just didn't want to embrace like the mail in your disc and streaming model.
They actually had an opportunity to buy Netflix and turned them down because they didn't believe, they thought the internet movie thing was going to be a fad.
It's crazy that like Blockbuster could be one of the biggest corporations in the world.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, bad business decisions. Anyway, Murtaugh then mutters under his breath that he's just got to make it through 6 more days. 6 more days, which clearly bothers Riggs, right? Mm-hmm. But Riggs brags that he's got Rhiannon's job back and with Ray's, and says like, "Hey, maybe I should be your agent." and Murtaugh goes, "No, it wouldn't work. You don't have the killer instinct."
That's a good joke.
Which is a good joke. Yeah.
I sort of feel like the retirement subplot is actually probably like the main plot of the movie.
I think it
like
actually is.
Will he or won't he, and how does this affect their relationship?
Right, exactly. I agree.
Even though it doesn't get the most screen time by any means, I feel like it is the central.
It's the central conflict.
The one with the highest stakes.
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Which Riggs will verbalize later on in the movie about what the stakes are.
Which is sort of the main scene of the entire movie.
Yeah, exactly. Which is also a part. You're absolutely nailed it on the head. The actual plot of this movie is about Murtaugh retiring and what that's potentially going to do to Riggs.
Yeah.
Everything else is a subplot, and yet it's not even a majority of the movie.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah,
but it's different.
It is different. It's definitely different. Anyway, so they get back to the truck, and there's a ticket on the windshield. And he said, we should have put the bag over the meter.
That's good.
Anyway, so Murtaugh opens his glove box and says, and we see that Riggs has a ton of unpaid parking tickets.
Right.
And the glove box is full, and he tosses it in the back seat. Yeah. So later on, they're driving, and Riggs is munching on more dog biscuits. And Murtaugh's like, "Do you really like them?" And Riggs says, "Yeah, they're pretty good," but he's still dying for a cigarette.
Somewhere I read that they were basically like animal crackers.
Yeah,
that
they
either
were.
The animal cracker company made them dog biscuit shapes, or a dog biscuit company made them animal crackers.
My understanding was they were dog biscuit company that made very special dog biscuits that were human grade just for this movie.
Yeah, that's
the only way. That's the only time they ever existed, was that just for this movie. Murtaugh's rubbing a small cut on his face, and Riggs notices and goes, "Cut yourself shaving?" And he goes, "Yeah." "Old razor?" "No, old face." That's a great line.
That's a good line too.
So Riggs says that the looming retirement is getting him down, and like, "Hey, you know what? You should work just for a few more years. No reason to quit right now." Murtaugh says he's like, "I've already got big plans for retirement," but then it doesn't really like.
Right.
Riggs goes like, "Yeah, okay, yeah," and
he's like, "What plans?" He's like, things, man. He's like, "Oh, right, things."
Things, yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, important things." He's like, "Oh yeah, those things." Okay,
right?
yeah.
Anyway, Murtaugh is not to be deterred and insists that he does have something he's going to do.
Like, I know a lot of people who don't know what to do with themselves when they're retired. I feel like both my parents were kind of like that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that could never be me. Like, I would retire tomorrow if I had money to just live out my life. I mean, I would love to have every day free.
Yeah, I mean, I am happy with my job. Don't get me wrong. It pays the bills. It doesn't demand overly too much of my time. I get to travel.
If I were to hand you $5 million, would you keep working the rest of your life?
No. I would quit that job so fast. You wouldn't be able to blink twice.
Buy a place in Hawaii.
Oh yeah.
And just like live out your life.
Absolutely. Yeah, no question. I have so many things that I'm always wanting to do that I'm kind of like fitting in the corners, I would just make that my life. But anyway, Riggs and Murtaugh being cops are their lives.
Yes.
Right. That is what their life is.
Particularly Riggs.
Particularly
That's like
Riggs.
the whole reason, remember earlier, when
that he didn't kill
himself was because he felt such a commitment to do the job.
Right. Exactly.
That was what was keeping him going.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So back at the station, though, they're putting their patrolman uniforms on in the locker room. And Murtaugh goes to holster his gun and fires it into the floor.
Fuck.
It's like, what?
That was a good moment because I went back and watched it slow, and like neither actor tipped if they knew it was about to happen.
Yeah.
Like both of their reactions were such genuine shock.
Yeah. And a part of me wonders if Donner told the prop department to put a little extra gunpowder in the blank to make it a little bit louder than they were expecting.
This is just a rehearsal, don't like this, and then they did it.
And it was,
also, did you notice like the locker room was just plastered with like political
Yeah, I did see that.
It was like fur is dead and meat stinks, and one was like keep abortion safe and legal and gun control shit. And I'm like, this is not what the inside of a police station looks like.
No, absolutely not. But Donner, he's in an interview talked about he's a huge activist and he has lots of friends in these types of communities. And so for 3 in particular, he was just layering that kind of stuff everywhere he could in the movie.
He went crazy on this one.
Yeah, really over the top on this one.
Like a truck.
Like a truck.
A machine. Truck. Turn the head around, it's like a switch. Machine, like a truck. Truck.
Murtaugh is very embarrassed, but Riggs thinks quickly and then starts like slamming around, punching lockers, like yelling at how unfair it is that they've been bumped down. So when the cops come in with their guns drawn and they see Riggs throwing a tantrum, they're like, "Oh, it's just Riggs." And they go, "Well, we thought we heard a gunshot." And
like, get your hearing checked. Yeah, it's really good. It's like what a smart thinking, quick thinking from Riggs. Awesome.
Yeah. So Murtaugh gives him basically thank you for saving my ass kind of look, and then they go on about their day. So I didn't really understand.
I feel like the holster does have a shot through it, and there's a bullet hole in the floor.
Yeah, and there's
But aside from that, it was the perfect crime.
Perfect crime. Did you understand what the point of the scene was?
I think it was maybe that Murtaugh is over the hill.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking. Was like this would never have happened when I was
when he was
I was younger.
Okay,
I can see that. That's what I was sort of getting was like, oh my gosh, I'm like an old dog. Like I'm
getting sloppy.
I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah, I'm literally too old for this shit now. Yeah. Okay, well I believe that. I buy that. So at the shooting range later on, Riggs has called a bunch of the other detectives downstairs to the shooting range to show them something.
Do you think it was the same set from the first movie?
I can't imagine why it wouldn't be. I mean,
if that was like a real practical range.
Yeah, it was probably a real range that they just went to shoot back at it again. Yeah, I believe it. So at this point, we're introduced to a rookie cop because Riggs shifts over to him.
This fucking character.
Yeah, and shows him like the kids shot the pattern, and Riggs is like impressive with how accurate the kids shooting is. And the second you go, wow, this is a strange character. Why are we talking to him right now?
This is just such an odd character.
Yeah,
the most expendable character we've ever seen.
Well, yeah,
in a movie. The actors who play this, he now goes by the name Jason Rainwater.
Okay,
but he was credited as Jason Meshover-Iorg. I discovered when searching for this guy that there's a website called Cinemorgue. It like keeps a full registry of like character deaths in movies. It's like a wiki, and this dude had that one entry on Cinemorgue for this movie. That's fucking wild to me. But as I was watching the commentary, this is what got me searching for this guy, was that Donner said, that guy, he was somebody's son. He was somebody's son. And I was like, oh, this is a fucking Nepo baby.
Yeah.
He's the assistant editor's son.
Assistant editor's son.
Sure. Okay.
Very interesting.
He had like 3 acting credits total, all of which were movies where his dad was like an editor or the assistant editor.
So this was just him like having the opportunity to have some fun. I mean, I hope that this wasn't his actual career, or he wasn't trying to make this his career, because
he's had some producer credits and stuff too.
Okay,
I think he's
so
like still tries to work in the
industry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. He's like apparently some sort of like all that remains of this abandoned storyline about there was going to be like a young wild cop that was like a young version of Riggs.
Yeah.
That was sort of driving Riggs crazy throughout the movie, like all constantly one-upping him.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And through rewrite after rewrite after rewrite, I think this character was all that was left.
Yeah.
Or that got split into...
To Lorna.
To the Lorna character.
Right. Because Lorna's character was originally a man who was sort of
going to be a foil to him and like a young one that's always one step ahead of Riggs or something, and Riggs is like, maybe I'm getting too old.
Yeah, exactly.
But instead it turned into Lorna, and then this character
who's only got like 3 scenes in the whole movie.
He's only got one purpose in this movie, and that's to die later on.
And the movie makes this so unbelievably clear in the scene that it is almost laughable because he is he's like rosy cheeks, bright eye, talking about how it's so great to finally be on the force and how he's going to make something of himself. Anywho, so he's very proud of his, his groupings. And from the previous movies, we know that Riggs could shoot, circles around this. I
did like Riggs was telling, say, take that home and let your mom put it on the refrigerator.
Yeah, exactly. So he takes the rookie's safety glasses and asks who's wearing a bulletproof vest. Riggs notices that Murtaugh is and tells him to take it off. He really doesn't want to do this because when he does, everybody sees the girdle.
He's wearing, which Riggs knew.
Yeah, of course he knew. He did this on purpose. Yeah, absolutely.
I love that's a great moment though.
Yeah,
like, hey, the one guy's like, hey, you wearing a girdle? And he's like, no, this isn't a girdle. This is a back brace. I hurt my back lifting weights. Yeah. He's like, it's so funny. The laughter was like so real. He's like, you wearing a girdle? I hurt my back lifting weights this morning.
So Riggs hangs the bulletproof vest on the target holder and like sends it down the range. And then he pulls out some like strange looking bullets that look like an erect dog penis a little bit. Like a little bit of a red rocket. It's like a 45 cartridge, and then this little red pointy tip at the end of it, which does not look like an actual bullet, but I don't know what an armor-piercing round should look like, so I can't say one way or the other. So he loads the bullet into the pistol, shoots the vest, and it just goes right through it, like just no slowing down whatsoever, just tears through the bulletproof vest. So when he brings it back, he shows them that there's a hole right through it. And someone goes, armor-piercing bullets and cop killers.
Yeah.
You'll hear that a lot in this movie.
Apparently that was like a real current event political thing that was going on in the world. Like Donner had said the NRA had just won like some big court battle in California that armor-piercing bullets should be available to the public.
Mm-hmm.
And then he also said that like Lethal Weapon 2, after the movie came out, they were getting like death threats from gun nuts or whatever, the same way they were getting death threats from like pro-apartheid people after the second one or whatever. It's just fucking, people are fucking
People
wild.
are just unbelievable. But anyway, so Riggs explains that these bullets were recovered from the armored car heist. And then so he goes, so vests are optional, boys and girls, especially boys. Riggs, he says that as he's like looking immediately at the rookie.
Yes.
Okay. So Murtaugh, after getting this news, it just clearly looks like he's dreading the next few days.
Well, it's like, dude, I mean, I don't think this is Murtaugh's style, but like, you could just call out sick the rest of the week, my guy.
You absolutely
could do that. That is an option.
You absolutely could.
No one's going to be like, no, you're not. We won't let you retire. Right. You have to work 4 more days.
Yeah, exactly. You're worried about your safety because these new bullets are out?
He could call out. He could say, yeah, I got the flu. I got the summer flu or whatever. I won't be here.
Yeah, exactly.
Not an issue.
But then the movie wouldn't happen, though.
True.
And we need the movie to happen. and Murtaugh's too good for that shit. So Riggs tells Murtaugh that he's going to have the guy that they busted in the armored car brought up into the interrogation.
Right. So we're like 30 minutes into the movie now.
Yes. And we're finally getting to the plot.
Finally, a plot is starting to take some type of shape.
Elsewhere, now that we know that the plot is finally taking shape, we cut to the bad guy, Travis, and he's entering the police station, and he's very, very confident.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
He's wearing like a credential, like he's walking, like seems like he belongs there.
I mean, hey, look, it's been proven over and over again. If you walk into any place confident enough, they'll just let you right in.
True.
So he goes over to the desk sergeant and says he needs to see Billy Phelps. The sergeant tells Travis that Billy's already been brought down from interrogation. And the sergeant asks him, hey, do you know how to get there? He goes, yeah, I know where to go. Been there a lot, which is already implying that something, is up with this guy. So Riggs and Murtaugh, they get into the elevator, and there's a beautiful woman standing there, Renee Russo.
Who you said was originally written as a man.
As originally written as a man.
Richard Donner said it was his wife's idea when they were doing rewrites. Like, why couldn't it be a woman?
Yeah, why not?
And what a great idea.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it changed the course of this movie, and it deeply impacted the fourth one, too.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, so Riggs glances at her folder that she's got in her hand, and it's clearly stamped Internal Affairs, which seems a little bit obvious, but I don't know, whatever. So Riggs decides that he's going to have some fun, and he starts whispering to Murtaugh about like laundering money.
Yeah, he's like saying wild shit.
Just like
you laundered it, didn't you? They can't trace it.
They can't trace it back to you. Yeah, it just goes
He's like,
on and on about this.
He's committed to the bit.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. And finally, they reach the floor, and Riggs bumps the woman, and she drops her files, and she's super pissed off. But Murtaugh exits.
It's
and
like a meet cute, though. It's like a modified meet cute.
Yeah, it's a lethal weapon meet cute. So they approach the desk in the interrogation area, and they say, "Hey, look, we're both here to see Billy Phelps." So like, and they look at each other. Murtaugh goes like, "Who are you?" And Riggs says, she's Internal Affairs. So Riggs wants to know why IA wants anything to do with Billy, and Lorna says, "Well, look, we're taking over the case." Riggs complains that no one told them, and Lorna's like, "Well, no one has to tell you anything."
True facts.
Yeah,
you're just a patrolman.
Yeah, you're just a patrolman. You don't have any say in this. But Riggs he wants to take the case to Captain Murphy, and Lorna says, "Fine." She hits him on the chest.
She's like, "Well, take it up to the captain," and sort of slaps him in the chest.
And then scolds him for not wearing a vest. Riggs.
She was really given like as good as she was getting. Like she was constantly like Riggs didn't know what to do about it.
No, he really didn't.
I love the bits like Murtaugh was like trying to like keep him under wraps because Riggs wanted to do something really dumb or something. I can only imagine what Riggs wanted to do or say.
I don't think he knew what he wanted to do. I mean, I know what he wanted to do, but I don't think he realized what he wanted to do just yet. So anyway, I
love the bit they get in the elevator and he like shoves him in the corner and just sort of puts his arm around him. They're both facing in the corner. Like, we're just gonna ride in silence until we get to the captain's office.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is a part. Okay. So anyway, this confused me a little bit for a second because Travis walks in and wants to talk to this Billy guy, and then tells him to go over an interrogation. And then
this is like the second desk
that he's come to. And I'm like, well, why did we need the first desk? Right?
I guess there's like the interrogation floor or something where maybe you have to sign in yet again.
Yeah. And so it just kind of confused me a little bit. It took me a second to like, it's like, whoa, what?
That's bureaucracy though.
Yeah, that is definitely bureaucracy. So anyway, so Travis finally makes it to the interrogation desk, says he wants to see Billy. And the cops at the desk comment that like, oh, wow, he's a really popular guy. And Travis, who is like, oddly posed to this whole thing.
He's got his back to him and is sort of looking over his shoulder.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, what? Well, I thought it was a really weird blocking, but it does make sense in a little bit.
Yeah.
And Travis is like, what? Is someone in to talk to Billy right now? And he's like, no. You can go on down. He's down here. There's Billy's interrogation room.
This guy Travis though is one ballsy dude. Like walking right face out for everyone to see.
Yeah, thinking he knows where all the cameras are. Yeah. So back in the other parts of the station, Lorna and Riggs and Murtaugh, they enter Captain Murphy's office, and he's already talking with another cop.
I love seeing Captain Murphy again.
Yeah, no,
the continuity is great.
Yeah, he's still there.
He still had the no smoking sign on the desk.
Yeah. Another one. That's 2 of 3, I think, major ones that we see. Murphy tells Riggs and Murtaugh like not to start on him because he just found out about this situation himself. Like he already knows why they're in the office. Which also, why he doesn't owe them anything? They're beat cops. Like
true.
Like they shouldn't even be here. But whatever. I mean, it's Captain Murphy and he loves Murtaugh and Riggs. Like he's not even hiding it anymore. So Murphy though introduces the other guy that's in his office as the head of Internal Affairs. He says that the armored truck heist is being transferred to IA. They demand to know why, but the head of IA says that it's classified. Rick says that they busted their ass to catch Billy Phelps, and Lorna says that they busted him pretty hard considering he had to spend a night in the hospital.
Yeah.
Murtaugh and Riggs echo that it's like, hey, he forgot to buckle up.
He went back to it.
Yeah.
Like, we even cited him for it.
Yeah, we even cited him for it. And she says, look, their cases have crossed paths, and that's all she can say, and that's all you need to know. They plead with the captain to tell him what's going on here, but the head of IA and Murtaugh start snipping back and forth at each other.
I do like that, where he's like, no, I said captain. He's like, I'm talking to the captain.
Yeah.
Because you don't usually see Murtaugh, willing to step out of line the way Riggs will step out of line.
Right, exactly. Well, it's pretty clear that nobody likes internal affairs, right? And so I think in this instance, Murtaugh's going to be willing to step over the line a little bit. Murphy, though, says, look, Riggs and Murtaugh might be able to contribute to this case. Like, these guys have seen some shit in their years. Mm-hmm. But what Lorna says is, from what I've seen, they only contribute mayhem and chaos, which is also true.
Yes.
But then Riggs goes, no, I'm chaos.
Both things can be true.
Yeah, both things can be
true.
Riggs goes, no, I'm chaos, and he's mayhem. We're a double act. What we are is required reading. And Lorna says, yeah, as a matter of fact, you are.
I'm sure, Internal Affairs would be well aware of these two's escapades, right?
I mean, they would be wondering how the hell they still have a job, I think, quite frankly. But yes, I would imagine that they probably have the biggest case files of any police officer in L.A.
Yes.
Yeah. So Murtaugh grabs Riggs and said, hey, we busted him. We can talk to him. And Captain Murphy yells back at them to get their asses back into the office. He grabs their sergeant's badges and tells them, you're reinstated.
Oh, that had to be a big crowd pleaser moment, like in the theaters.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was like applause.
Even though they've really only been beat cops for like one scene.
Yes.
But now the gloves are off, baby. The chains they've been unshackled.
Yes.
There's a lot of like good character beats here, lots of interactions that are really fun. And Lorna does like this cross-eyed things at Riggs, which apparently Riggs had done in one of the earlier movies to the psychologist.
Yeah, it was like, I guess they're just showing that they're like cut from the same cloth.
Yeah, I think that's the point of it.
She's like a female Riggs.
Yeah, but also it's impressive that she can do that, and maybe they just wanted an excuse. I can't fucking do that. No. So, yeah, so it's apparently a callbacks, but also, hey, that's a cool trick. The head of Internal Affairs is like, hey, you can't do that. And, I'm going to go talk to the chief. And Murphy goes, yeah, we have to catch him between lunches, which is a pretty great moment.
I love that line.
Yeah.
His whole day is a series of lunch breaks.
Yeah. So now we cut back to the interrogation room. And Travis strolls in the room and he goes, hi, Billy. And he closes the shutter, pulls out a silent pistol, and goes, bye, Billy, and then shoots him dead.
That's cold-blooded.
Cold-blooded. Loves that he doesn't monologue or anything like that. It's a good villain moment.
Yeah, and especially if you're in there to kill someone in the police station, you ought to be quick in and out.
Now, interestingly, Billy is one of two henchmen in this movie that also played villains on episodes of The X-Files.
Okay.
Yeah, so the actor here was in a late episode, it's like season 7 episode where he plays a bully, like taking advantage of a character who is the actual monster of the week for the episode. But it's called Hungry. It's a great episode. Anyway, we'll meet the other one later on.
All right.
But I'll point him out there because that's just what I do. Anyway. So Travis checks to make sure that Billy's dead, turns around, hides his face, walks past the desk, and then he makes some sort of wisecrack when he exits about...
like, did you get what you needed? Or something like that. He's like, oh, it was a dead issue.
It was a dead issue, right.
Yeah, it was like, that's weird to draw attention to yourself like that.
At this point, I write down so many puns. That's just the note that I have written down. Because the puns per minute in this movie is very, very high.
Higher than 2?
Higher than 2,
okay.
I felt like, yeah. Like in
There's some really good wordplay coming up later, but it can't all be gold.
No, it can't. They call it Big Ambi Winners. Comedy's a bulk business. Moments later, Lorna, Murtaugh, and Riggs, they walk into the interrogation room, and Riggs is like asking how long Billy's been boosting armored cars, and Lorna says, I'm not interested in armored cars. At which point she opens the door, and they see Billy dead inside. She no emotion other than a frustrated sigh, and then walks away.
Well, she doesn't seem like particularly surprised.
No, right, exactly,
right?
Yeah. And Riggs goes, I don't think she's telling us everything, Raj, which is like, that is correct. So later on, the trio and Captain Murphy, they're watching a surveillance video from the interrogation desk. Travis, now we understand why he was contorting his body.
Yes.
Because he's like, his head is always kind of facing away from a camera or obscured by a cop. And so they can't see who it is exactly, which, damn, son, like he knows these security cameras very, very acutely. If he knows exactly how to obfuscate his head or occlude his head from the footage, it was a bit of a reach, but whatever, it's fine. And Murphy, says like, well, the guy clearly knows where the cameras were. And Laura says, but he didn't know about the cameras in the interrogation room. And Murphy goes, well, there aren't any cameras in the interrogation room. And Lorna goes, well, we installed them 6 months ago.
She's got the fresh VHS tape to prove it.
Yeah, that's right. And understandably,
hot off the presses.
Understandably, Murphy, Riggs, and Murtaugh are pretty ticked off that IA has installed security cameras in interrogation rooms, which I think is probably illegal to do that.
I don't know. I mean, I know the dirty cops would not like that.
Well, of course, but I mean,
if you're used to punching someone out or choking them out or whatever,
which would be the justification for IA to secretly add cops to this. But I suspect that
it wouldn't. None of it's admissible in court.
Right,
I
wouldn't imagine that'd be admissible.
Not if it's
in court.
well, I don't know. I don't know. The first
honestly,
thing, I will say, I think '80s kids will appreciate that the little VCR had the blinking 12 o'clock. No one ever sets that clock.
No one. Why all of those electronics have clocks on them is just an absolute mystery to me. Anyway, so Riggs and Lorna continue to antagonize each other.
Well, that's where one of the great writing bits, and he's like, "What am I getting to you?" And she's like, "Are you trying to bait me?" Well, I'm a master, and that's Murtaugh. She's like, baiting master. I get it. But that's clever puns.
Yeah. That was pretty good. You're right.
Dude is decent writer.
Yeah, that's true. That was fun. Back on the interrogation room tape, they pause and then just get a crystal clear look at the shooter.
Yes,
and it's just like, where is this camera positioned?
It was literally the same angle that we saw the shooting from earlier.
Right. I'm pretty sure it was just that shot run through a VHS filter or something.
It was a very strange angle for a surveillance camera.
Yeah, it was not realistic at all.
It was low angle looking up.
Right. Dramatic pose and everything. Murphy recognizes him right away as Jack Travis. He's a former cop, one hell of a brutal cop. He could beat a confession out of anybody.
There was a certain amount of respect with the way that he said that probably shouldn't have been there.
Right. Well, yeah. It is 92 after all. And Lorna goes, one hell of a dirty cop. I've never seen so many suspensions and reprimands. So Murphy says that no one really knew what happened to him, but the story was that he was on a stakeout, went for coffee, and just never came back.
I feel like that would be the type of story that everyone in the department knew about.
Also, I feel like they
would recognize this guy.
Yeah,
right?
and that there would still be an open case on this as well. Right?
Yeah, you don't just vanish.
No, it's like, oh, well, he didn't show up for work, whatever. It's like, this isn't Blockbuster. This is the police department. I mean, their first thought was like, oh, God, did someone kill him? Did someone find him? I mean,
we had a dude at my job that just ghosted.
Yeah.
The job stopped showing up. And and on my company sent the police to his door to check on him. So I know if it's a missing cop, they're going to be a full investigation.
Absolutely. So Lorna says to Murphy, though, that they need to go and brief her boss. She tells Riggs and Murtaugh that with Billy Phelps dead, their role in this case is over. Go beat your street.
That was pretty good. Well, Riggs is so frustrated that it seems like he's met his match here.
Oh, yeah. Lorna and Murphy exit, and no sooner have they gone than Leo is there. And
just walking into the squad room.
I know, it's just
normal.
Really?
Normal things.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he's so friendly with Riggs and Murtaugh at this point. Everybody's like, oh,
they know him. You don't need a credential.
Keeping him out. Yeah.
True.
So Leo's suddenly there, and Murtaugh says I just don't have time for you right now, Leo. He's like, we got to talk, babe. You got termites, and the only thing holding up this house is the paint.
It's a funny line. He's so California guy now.
Yeah.
We got to talk, babe.
So Leo sees the monitor with Travis on it, and he goes, hey, I recognize that guy, because of course he does.
Is that one coincidence too far?
I mean, this movie is full of coincidences being too far, but I mean, at least it's believable that Leo would know who this guy is.
He ran some sketchy circles.
Right? But yeah, the fact that he shows up at that moment and no one has bothered to stop the security footage. Lorna seems to have forgotten about it, even though this is definitely
she left the tape
evidence.
She left the tape with them.
Right, exactly.
Just on pause.
Right, just literally on pause.
Out. It's the one copy.
Yeah. So is this too many coincidences? Yes, but this movie crossed that threshold 4 coincidences ago. So, I mean, at this point, I'm just rolling with it. Murtaugh and Riggs start pushing Leo for more information, and he's like, yeah, I remember Travis.
He's like, hands off the clothes, baby.
yeah. Riggs grabs him, and he's going to kiss him. And Leo's like, don't do it. Don't let the earring fool you. Which is like, God, the casual homophobia in this
just
movie.
a little like in the 90s gay panic.
Yeah.
That was a giant hoop earring.
It was
wearing.
a big earring. He was really committing to that.
Leo shit's crazy because he's like, I met him. I remember. He's like, it was a party, and I remember somebody had brought a monkey because the monkey knocked over the salad bar. It's like, this is already fucking, this is nuts.
Yeah.
What kind of cocaine-fueled parties Leo goes to?
So many. Leo exclaims, "We're back!" and suggests that he should get a gun, and both of them go, "No!"
That had to be a trailer moment
for
the movie.
Yeah, without a doubt. So we cut to an LA Kings hockey game, and this is a hell of a big scene.
There's a lot of like wide shots and B-roll that was like at a real hockey game.
Yeah, it was. It was, what was this? Los Angeles versus...
Kings and Maple Leafs.
Yeah, Kings and the Maple Leafs, yeah. But then the actual action sequences when they're on the ice, it's the Kings and a different team.
Yeah, no, it was very weird, like knockoff jerseys.
Yeah,
I'm like,
really bad
is there some
jerseys.
reason you couldn't have authentic jerseys?
It wasn't even the Kings. It was like a
just
made-up LA
It just
team.
said LA.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
And the other one was
right.
like a spade
Yeah.
that just had a T on it. I was like, was there some deal with the NHL that you couldn't use the jerseys for the close-ups?
I don't know. I have no idea.
That's the only explanation because it's a weird choice to make.
Yeah, I mean, it happens fast enough that if you're not paying close attention, you're not going to see it. And again, like when they were making these movies, well, no, at this point in '92,
watching on a big screen, I feel like you would notice. Watching at home on VHS,
you're
maybe
not going to notice. But I don't know. Anyway, so they're at the hockey game, and Leo is explaining that in his former life, he was always doing big favors for shady people, and that Travis wanted hockey tickets, the best seats in the house, and so he would get him the tickets. And he goes, Riggs goes, where? And Leo goes, I don't know, somewhere down around the glass, I guess.
Yeah, that really narrows it down.
Yeah, that really narrows it down. Yeah.
Also, there's really no reason to think he'd necessarily be at this game.
No, I know.
I mean, even if he loves hockey games, does that mean he has season tickets? Like, or is it just a one-off?
Well, I mean, like, they're not playing hockey every day all the time.
Yeah.
So
this is a better spot than just going to some bar and hoping he walks in, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, like, I guess you could argue that this scene is taking place maybe even a day after the previous scene. We're like, okay, well, when's the next Kings game? We'll go and we'll check him out there, right? And so this isn't necessarily minutes later, but yeah, it does feel weird to make the assumption that he's going to be there, right? So Riggs is frustrated, and he and Murtaugh split up, and Leo continues to blabber on, unaware that they've left. He finally realizes that he's alone, and then he goes off to look for Travis himself. It's like there's no way you're going to find a single person in a packed stadium like this. So it is absolutely a futile effort, but they're trying to do it anyway. But we do see that Travis is at the game.
It's nice to see that he's able to take time away from the criminal empire.
Yeah, to still watch,
so
enjoy
you
a good
never
hockey
miss
game.
a hockey game.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Hey, look, you got to have priorities in your life. Even if you're a villain, you got to have some downtime to unwind.
Find some joy.
So a voice comes over the PA making some sort of an announcement. Riggs notices, and he gets a clever idea. So moments later, it's Riggs is now on the PA system, and he's announcing to Travis that they know he is here, they know where he is, to remain in his seats because detectives are going to be there soon. They're going to take him into custody. Don't be stupid. There's policemen at every exit. Don't try to run. Which is like a desperate man is going to try to escape anyway.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. I like it. It's pretty clever.
Yeah. So Murtaugh and Leo appreciate the move, right? And Travis immediately stands up and is trying to find a way to get out of to find an exit.
Yeah.
Riggs and Murtaugh they're looking for the crowd. They're trying to see anybody who's bolting for an exit. And within seconds, Travis stands up and starts trying to flee.
The plan has worked.
Mm-hmm. It works. So there's a couple of cops nearby who he sees.
No, that was just pure luck.
Pure luck, right? Exactly.
Yeah. But it makes him think, oh my God, there really are cops everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. So he bolts the other way. He runs directly into Leo.
More just pure luck.
I mean, again, the number of coincidences in this movie is so overwhelming. Leo starts yelling for backup, and then Travis heads back towards the ice, shoves a security guard aside, hops over the railing, and is moving along against the glass, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Riggs finally sees Travis at this point, and he's on the opposite side of the arena. So of course Riggs does what Riggs do, and and he gets to the bench of the Maple Leafs, jumps over the side of it, and just right onto the ice in the middle of an active hockey game.
Yes.
Murtaugh sees this and also starts heading in that direction. Riggs is awkwardly running all over the ice, getting hit by and he eventually gets hit by a player. But Travis, though, on the other side, he reaches a tunnel in the corner of the arena.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, Leo has kept up with Travis. We're not going to
ain't no way pushing through a crowd he can keep up with Travis.
Yeah, that's just not happening, but whatever. He jumps from the stands right onto Travis's back and starts yelling that he's under arrest. Now, those two stumble back out onto the ice.
I have no idea why that gate was open there.
No, because they needed it to happen for the movie.
Yeah, they're on the ice.
So they're on the ice. Riggs is trying to get over there, but players and referees are trying to stop him. Travis pulls out his gun, shoots Leo. He goes, "You fucking weasel."
That felt personal. It
did. It did felt very personal.
Do you think he remembered Leo?
I mean, you would. If
he
Leo
doesn't know Leo's a weasel.
If Leo remembers the monkey party, I feel like Travis would remember the monkey party too.
It's a hard party to forget.
Yeah, it's a hard party to forget. So Travis gets up and he's just, everybody sees that this has happened, right?
That was weird because he turned in all directions.
Yeah,
I want to make sure everyone
sees
gets a good look at me.
I want to never be able to come back to a hockey game ever again. And so he finally flees after he shows everybody his face. Riggs gets to Leo and actually stops to help him. But then Travis makes his way into the tunnel, shoving people out of the way as he's looking for an exit. Murtaugh finally makes it down to the ice. They see that Leo's been shot, but it's actually not that life-threatening.
Yeah.
And Riggs gets to his feet and then continues in pursuit of Travis. I love this. This is the classic "it's only a flesh wound" moment.
Yeah.
That all Hollywood movies had up to a time that The Last Action Hero eventually started making fun of.
Yes.
Which I really love, because if you're shot by a bullet, there is no such thing as a flesh wound. I mean, bullets are designed to kill you, right?
Yes.
I mean, unless it's somehow manages to just graze your skin.
I think it somehow went through his forearm, but didn't hit bone.
It didn't hit bone or something. I don't know. Either way, a bullet goes through your arm, it's doing damage to you.
For sure.
It's a serious injury. But I love that in Hollywood at this era, as long as it doesn't hit a vital organ, you'll be fine.
It was good. I think I like Danny Glover and Joe Pesci, though, had great chemistry, even just the two of them.
Yeah.
In this little scene, because he's like, it's just a flesh wound. Yeah. It's like, they shot me. Look at all the blood.
Yeah, I'm getting cold. I'm cold.
I'm cold. I'm numb. I don't feel anything. It's like, you're on the ice.
Oh,
he's like, that's why I can't feel anything. Yeah.
Meanwhile, so Riggs is running down the tunnel, and strangers are pointing him in the direction where the other guy fled. Riggs turns a corner, but it's pretty clear that Travis has got away. He has no idea where he's gone. So back on the ice, Murtaugh's helping Leo get up and exit the arena at this point. And everybody is cheering. And Leo, of course, is just taking it all in. He's super happy to be basking in the...
I will say, Leo feels like such a real person.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we know people like this. Yeah. I love being this intelligent. They're all cheering for me.
Yes.
Now I've gone from this blubbering, I'm going to die, to yes, I'm a hero.
He's completely forgotten about the bullet wound.
He wants to soak in the praise.
Yeah, that's right. So now we cut to they're wheeling Leo into the hospital, and Leo's like, hey, all three of us have been shot now.
Which is true.
It is true.
That was Richard Donner's wife was the one playing the nurse in this scene.
So, wow, this really is a family affair. The doctor starts tending to Leo's wounds and says, look, I'll have you back home tonight. Riggs and Murtaugh, though, do not want that to happen. And they tell the doctor that they should keep Leo a little bit longer for observation. And Riggs goes on about how it's this looks like a dum-dum gunshot wound. Yeah, dum-dum wound.
Which is a real thing. I don't know, dum-dum is
know that.
That's another name for hollow point bullet, or a bullet that would fragment when it hits somebody.
Interesting.
So
okay.
it does sound like a comedy.
So but it's also a play on words, because I think he also is you're a dum-dum for believing this. But
he's like, he's like, oh yeah, this guy on the force, he got shot in the foot, like or whatever, died 2 days later. He died from dum-dum.
Dum-dum? Right, yeah, exactly.
He's like, does this look like a dum-dum wound? He's like, it sounded like one.
It sounded like one. Yeah, exactly.
It was like, it's all funny, but apparently, like, they're outlawed on the Geneva Convention because like armies used to use them because it'd like do more carnage or whatever.
Way more damage, I'm sure. Oof. Well, while they're doing this and they're convincing the doctor to hold Leo for a couple more days, Riggs is like writing all these other things in the procedures requested section of the form.
How do you spell proctological?
Right. Which I also love, like this note, the doctor's going to look at this and like, that's not my handwriting. And then that would have been the end of it, right?
No, don't you think it hands off to like another doctor?
Oh, does he hand it off to another doctor?
And maybe then it's like, all bets are off. I don't know.
Anyway, so as Riggs and Murtaugh leave, Leo immediately is like, hey, you own your own home?
Hey, Doc. Like, what, don't you recognize my face?
Don't recognize my face? Yeah.
I love, here we are, still no fucking clue what the bad guy's scheme is.
No idea what he's doing. We know that he's not happy with Billy being in custody.
Well, Billy's gone. Billy's out of the picture.
Billy is out of the picture. So that's one loose end wrapped up.
But we're like 40% of the way into the movie.
We have no idea why this guy...
Yeah, no grasp on what the plot of this movie is.
Yeah, none whatsoever. Yeah. But we're going to leave it there for the time being.
Yes. We can't get into it tonight.
No.
But next week...
Yeah.
Next week, we're going to get to the bottom of this thing.
We're finally going to have the plot start moving forward a little bit.
I hope so.
I mean,
I don't even know that, to be honest.
At least we really know who the villain is now, right?
Yes, Jack Travis.
Jack Travis.
Former cop. Could beat a confession out of anybody.
Little bit envious of that. Loves hockey.
Loves hockey.
Went to a party with a monkey.
Big Kings fan.
Honestly, we know more about this character's backstory than we do his motivations for being a villain in this movie.
It's very true. He went on the stakeout, never came back.
Never came back. And everybody's like, well,
he's gone now.
He's gone now. There's no point in following up on this.
Oh, man. Well, we're going to follow up on it.
We will. We're not done with this.
Yeah. So thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Tell your friends, as always.
As always.
If they're fans of this type of stuff, gotta listen to 6 Degrees.
Absolutely. We're the best that there is.
We're the best in the biz.
They're the best in the biz.
Damn it. Yeah. It's like that situation. Damn it. We want to suspend him, but damn it. He's the best there is. We just can't.
In the subgenre of old men shouting about action movies, no one gets better than us.
Nobody does it better?
That's right.
Okay. I'm sorry. I need another drink.
Yeah, same. All right. Well, we'll be back next week, everybody. Until then,
we'll be back.